out a team known as Morocco, knocked out a team known as Canada 3-0. Onahi scored a brace, and a player known as Kylian Mbappe went ahead to score the only goal that saw Paraguay knock out France. To see to it that they went ahead to obviously find themselves in a position of really winning that that match. And it's now said that it's gonna be Morocco facing France at the round of 8. And now today we are having 2 games. They're obviously gonna be determining other players that can play against other teams that will play against themselves come what we call the quarterfinal stage. You know, so quarterfinal match day 1 sorted, Morocco France. Quarterfinal match day 2 is gonna be sorted tonight. Brazil taking on Norway, and England taking on Mexico later in the night. Now, Brazil has gone ahead to obviously name the following starting 11. Now, who is in the starting 11 of Brazil? First and foremost, we do have Alisson Becker in goal. The system is 4-2-3-1. Remember, in the other game, they played a 4-1-3-2 against Scotland. And now this time round, the manager of Brazil has gone in for a 4-2-3-1 in there for you. So, Alisson Becker in goal. Danilo, right back. Santos, left back. Marquinhos, right-sided centre-back. Gabriel Magalhães, left-sided centre-back. Then Bruno Guimaraes, who has 4 assists in this World Cup. I think with Brahim Diaz and maybe Michael Olise, having that double pivot slot with, or sharing it with, Carlos Casemiro. And he scored a very important goal in the playing against Scotland, because Scotland took the lead. Brazil leveled. After Brazil leveled, then they went ahead to obviously score a winner through Gabriel Martinelli. Ryan, right attacking midfielder. Vinicius Jr., left attacking midfielder. Gabriel Martinelli, central attacking midfielder. And Matheus Cunha is leading the line for the side of Brazil. So, for the team of Brazil, a lot of things have to be said about it, because this manager, who goes by names of Carlo Ancelotti, puts you on the pitch on merit, I tell you. Now, Martinelli coming off the bench and scoring that winner for the side of Brazil has gone ahead to obviously see the manager of Brazil rewarding him with a start into the Brazilian 11 there for you today. And that is really quite nice and really understandable, because in such tournaments, a player who scores such a goal looks like he might be the magic charm, you know, for the entire Brazilian side, I tell you. He might be. And don't be surprised today when Martinelli scores again. I tell you, don't be surprised when Martinelli scores again. And in tournaments like this, you must be having such players who can turn around things and pull out a moment of brilliancy and see to it that magic happens. So Martinelli has been rewarded a start in the team of Brazil. Now, we go to the team of Norway. Who has Norway brought? Norway has gone ahead to obviously deploy a system of 4-1-2-3 in there for you. And they do have Nyaland in goal. Reinson, right back. Left back is Wolf. Left-sided centre-back, Hegem. Aja, playing as a right-sided centre-back. Then Sander Badge, sitting in that CDM position alone, but I know this other P badge will come and obviously do a lot of work in there for you. Martin Odegaard playing as another central attack midfielder in the number 10 position. Then Soloth, right attack midfielder. Nusa, one of the most exciting talents in the World Cup this edition, comes in to play as a left attacking midfielder. Erling Haaland leading the line. Now, let's try to break down a little bit how this World Cup is obviously going to be moving, because as it stands, I tell you, it's really gonna be one of those hardest games for the side of Brazil, though it's not obviously going to be hard like that of Scotland, because I do believe that Scotland is really a much more stronger opponent than Norway, but you cannot downplay the efforts of Norway and what they're going to bring on the table. Now, for Brazil, the system of Carlo Ancelotti is like this. His fullbacks are not overlapping fullbacks. That is it. And in most cases, you see to it that who goes ahead, obviously widen the pitch. It's Vinicius Junior and Ryan. You understand? Those are the players that obviously spread wide, and these fullbacks invert and play as central defenders to allow the likes of Gabriel Magalhães and Marquinhos add themselves to the attacking plan for the side of Brazil. Now, leading or at the pinnacle of the attack is Matheus Cunha. Martinelli being played as a number 10. But they are playing Martinelli as a number 10 because of his lightning pace. You understand? The lightning pace of this guy is next to none, I tell you. And he's really fast. So it's very easy for him to make a late run from the midfield and obviously enter the box and meet the ball and hit it. All else, they can put out what we call over the ball, over the top. And he can obviously skip past all those defenders of Norway, and obviously using his blistering speed to obviously do the need for. And by the way, let me tell you, Martinelli is a clinical finisher. I tell you. You can give him 2 chances and he gets you a goal. And I think this is why the manager is like, let me play into this number 10 position and see how you're obviously going to be coming out and obviously put out a very good show. But remember, Norway has 3 players up front that are really deadly. Erling Haaland, and that is one of the battles that I think many are really waiting for. Erling Haaland leading that line. Erling Haaland leading that line. And he's leading that line with all what he's really having in there for you. So, Erling Haaland is going to be battling up with Gabriel Magalhães. We've seen this in the Premier League for a very long period of time, and to me, it hasn't obviously gone ahead to end on an easy note. When Man City wins, I see Odegaard going on to obviously try to provoke Magalhães. And when Magalhães wins with Arsenal, he provoke Erling Haaland. And you saw how Miles Lewis-Kelly went ahead to celebrate. I think that time they beat Man City, is it 5? Was it 3-1 in there for you? And he went ahead and obviously did what you call an Erling Haaland celebration in there for you. So they're always provoking one another. And this battle is here and yet to go again in here onto the Rokani Media Football. And this game of football is really going to be up there in the sky. And I tell you, it's really going to be highly competed for in the New Jersey Stadium. Now, one of the talk about points are the substitutes in there for you. I haven't talked about Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard is a very good player when it comes, obviously, putting in those line-breaking passes. So, this guy known as Gabriel Magalhães, the midfield, has to swamp him up. Bruno Guimaraes and Casemiro Carlos, and they are well versed with him because they've faced him in the Premier League multiple times at their respective teams. Bruno Guimaraes against Newcastle for Newcastle, Casemiro for the club known as Manchester United. That's what he has gone ahead, obviously put out in there for you. So, as it stands, the club of Brazil, the country of Brazil, to me has an edge over this. Why? However much Nusa is good, Soloth is good, Erling Haaland is good, Martin Odegaard is good, but I don't think that they can match the levels of this team. Because when you look at the bench of Brazil and Norway, you can obviously understand who has an edge over the other when it comes to obviously killing off this game of football. Because as it stands, look at that bench. Brazil, I'm going to look out for players that can obviously change the game. They do have Neymar. Neymar is Neymar. You know that very well. Even in bad form, he can pull out a moment of magic. But the biggest returnee is Rafinha into their squad. Remember, Rafinha was one of those players that really got injured, I think, in their second game of the group stages, and he found himself out of the game for Scotland. This time round, he's back, and he's back on his foot. And I tell you what, it's really gonna be hard to really not resonate with what we all know he can do into this beautiful game of football. Then from there, we do have there is Endrick can do the job in there for you. Igor Thiago, not really, because he hasn't showed anything. Danilo can do something very good in there for you. So that is how Brazil is obviously looking deadly. You know, Ederson of Man United hasn't gone ahead to put out some clear proof that he can do the needful. Now, for the side of Norway, I think for me, it's Oscar Bob. I think he's one of those players that you can obviously think he can come off the bench and really get the job done and dusted. But right now, I don't think they can really have a lot off the bench. And I don't see this manager making very many substitutions, because there is a gulf in quality and class between the players in the starting 11 and the players on the bench. Yet for Brazil, there is no huge gulf in class in there for you. I do predict that Brazil will obviously go through. You know, I do believe they'll go through, and they'll face the winner between England and a team called Mexico in there for you. So let's head to how you guys have gone ahead to vote. 62% have called in for Brazilian win, and 38% have gone ahead to call in for a Norway win. Let's wait and see how things really pan out. But I tip Brazil to obviously go through. Rokani David is my name. And don't forget that we are powered by Think Landscaping. They obviously come up and obviously make your outdoor spaces better. And therefore, they design them, they plan, and they transform your outdoor spaces. They do maintenance. The numbers are all there on the screen. Call them, and you will thank me for this beautiful gig that I've gone ahead to obviously get for you. And if you have a home, your outdoor space has to be looking legit. You understand? It has to be looking legit. And in the due course of it looking legit, that's what you're supposed to obviously come up and do in there for you. So let's head into the game of football. When it's done, I'll come back with the match reaction. Then later we head into the game of England and Mexico, coming in through 4 hours from now. Let's wait and see how things happen. But never say never. No team at the World Cup is really easy, I tell you, because we've seen small teams making it hard for big teams. And I think Norway has the plan to make this game hard for Brazil. But I do trust Don Ancelotti that he'll obviously come out with what we call a very, very descriptive match tactics that will obviously outsmart the side of Netherlands. Sorry, the side of Norway in there for you. So I'm out.